Hi Junior One, how are you? Today we have a lesson in our Connected Plus book. I want you to read the title with me. Off to work. Okay, look at the picture and tell me what can you see. I actually can smell the picture because he's holding a very delicious bakery. So I think that man, he's a baker because he bakes delicious bakery. So this store or this place is bakery. Let's read what the boy and the girl are talking about. What's this store? Store like a shop. It's a bakery. A baker makes and sells cakes here. What else does a baker do? He makes bread. Look, it smells delicious. Can you see here? We put s to the verb because we have he in the present simple. We use here does because we have baker. Baker is one person. That's why we use does. Remember the lesson that we took about the jobs? What do we use to ask about your job? What do you do? What does your father do? Okay, Junior One, in the next page, I want you all to look with me. What they are doing here. I think it's a recipe for making a cake. Have you ever helped your mother to make a cake? Because my daughter, she's always help me in doing cakes. Huh? Did you? What do we put in the cake? Of course, we need flour. This is the most important thing. We need butter, eggs, vanilla, baking powder, milk, and sugar. Huh, what else do we have here? I want you to look at the boy. He's making cake with his mother. But what are the steps to make a delicious cake? First, mix the butter and sugar. Mix means that we put them together. Add the eggs and vanilla. Number 3, add the milk and stir. Stir means doing like this with the whisk, very fast. Number 4, add the flour in. Baking powder. Baking powder, it's in a small packet. You put it with the flour to make the cake rise like this in the oven. Put it in a pan, then bake for 35 minutes. So please try to make one like this with your mother at home. Now, what do we need to make a cake? What did we use here in the exercise? Of course, we need sugar, butter, eggs, vanilla, baking powder, milk, and the flour. Of course, if you like chocolate cakes, you can add some cocoa or some Nutella, whatever do you like to make your cake delicious. Here we have some jobs to talk about. Turn the page, page number 18. What do we have here? We have a teller. A teller is the one who deals with people in the bank. If you went to a bank before with your mom or dad, you will find someone sitting behind a glass window and he's the one who's giving or taking money from your parents. This is the teller. He's working in a bank. Dentist. Of course, we learned about the dentist a lot, so we know what does the dentist do. Nurse. She's helping the doctors. Butcher. The butcher is the one who sells meat. He cut meat and sell it to us. Farmer. Farmer is the one who works in the fields. and he's the one who plants crops like vegetables and fruits. Teacher, of course, you know your teachers from school. Engineer, we learned about the engineer in Connect book. We knew that he's the one who built buildings. Journalist, journalist is the one who give us some news on TV. Carpenter, he can make things out of wood. He makes beds. He makes whatever at our house made out of wood. Chef, who cooks at the restaurant. Remember, a teacher, an engineer. We took a and an and went to use both of them. Next exercise. Let's read together. I'm a farmer. He's a farmer. We're dentists. They are dentists. I'm a dentist. She's a dentist. We are firefighters. They are firefighters. Next page. Here, what do you do? Like the lesson that we took in global stage. What does he do? He's an engineer. This is number one. It's a little game. You can play it with your brother or sister. You will ask about the job of someone and he or she will answer back. Here on page 19, exercise number 4. We'll choose from the box to complete down there. What does he do? He's an engineer. Can I be an engineer too? What does she do? She's a teacher. Can I be a teacher too? What do you do? I'm a dentist. What do you want to do? Can you look here? We have here he, she. That's why we used does. But here we have you. That's why we used do. Here, Junior 1, in page 20, we have here some jobs. Some of these jobs make goods. What's the meaning of goods? Things that we can hold it in our hands and use it, like the farmer. What did we say about the farmer? He gave us, he gave us what? Yes, we said he gives us vegetables and fruits. So it's something called goods. We said the carpenter makes anything at our house that made out of wood, like our beds, the cupboard. What else? The closet. All of these things are made out of wood. So he gives us goods. But what about the firefighter? He gave us goods. He doesn't give goods. Why? Because you cannot hold the fire. You cannot hold the fire or the water that he's coming to put down the fire with. It means that he gives us a service. So if it's not something that I can use or hold in my hand, so he gives me a service. But if it's something that I can use and hold with my hand, he gives me or she gives me goods. Let's look at the jobs here. Firefighter, nurse, baker, engineer, dentist, carpenter, doctor, and farmer. Here in this schedule that we have, in this table, I make goods, I give service. We're going to sort these jobs that we have in this table who give us goods and who give service. Let's check. Here I made the table. First, firefighter. As we said, the firefighter gives us a service, so we put him here. Next, nurse. She helps sick people. so she give a service. Baker. Baker makes delicious cakes. He makes also bread. So we eat bread, we can hold the bread and we can eat cakes. That's why we put him. I make goods. Engineer. Engineer, we put him here and we can put him also in services because he built not only houses, he can build what? Also a hospital, a school, and all of these places give us service. So we can put him, I make goods and I give service. Both of them are right. Dentist, of course, gives service. Carpenter makes anything out of wood, beds, like what we said. Doctor, service. Farmer, of course, goods. Here in language that we use. We took verb to be at the beginning of the year, remember? I am, you are, we are, they are. He is, she is, it is. But here we have am and are. Look at the exercise down there. Exercise number 4. I am a fighter. I help people. We choose from these words to complete the exercise down there. Okay, junior 1. Here in this exercise, we read number 1. Here number 2. I am a teacher. What does the teacher do? Teaches children. I teach children. We are nurses. We help people. They are vets. They help animals. What do you want to be? I want to be a nurse. Why? I want to help people. Here in page 22, listen and write. Number 1, hospital. We do the jobs, but we don't know the places that these people are working at. First, hospital. Who works in a hospital? The doctor. Who else? The nurse. Number 2, we have farm. Who works in a farm? The farmer. Number 3, we have the fire station. Who works in the fire station? Of course, the firefighter. Number 4, we have school. Who works in a school? It looks like our school a little bit. The teachers. Number 5, building site. Who works in a building site? Someone who built houses? Of course, the engineer. Bakery. Bakery, it comes from the word. So, the baker works in the bakery. Here in exercise number 2, look and match. We are going to match the people with the places that they are working at. Let's check. What do we have? Number 1 is the teacher. The teacher works at school. Number 2, building site. Who works in a building site? The engineer. So number 2 with number C. A farm. Who works in a farm? Farmer. Number 4, hospital. Doctors works in hospitals. Fire station, of course, with firefighter. What else do we have? The bakers. He works in a bakery. Match with me, please. Here in exercise number 4, page 23, look, listen, and complete. I think she's a girl that is talking about her family, her mother, her father, and her grandpa or grandfather. Number 1, my mom is a doctor. She works in a hospital. She looks after sick people. Looks after means take care or help sick people. Number 2, look at her dad. From the picture, we can see that he is a teacher. My dad is a teacher. He teaches at a school. He teaches children. Can you see that we add s and es here because we have a singular noun? We have one person. That's why we add s or es to the verb. Number 3, her grandfather. My grandfather is a farmer. He works on a farm. He grows vegetables. Grows means plants vegetables. Here, dear students, in the same page, we have exercise number 5. Look and complete. We have here the box. We're going to choose from the box to complete the sentences down here. Helps, looks, works, builds, grows. These words, we call them verbs. Verbs are actions that we or other people do. A nurse helps people. A vet looks after animals. A firefighter works at a fire station. A farmer grows vegetables. An engineer builds buildings.